y'all, so it's your girl Ivonna back with another video and back with another hairstyle. As y'all can see, by the way, if y'all see this part, it is not glued down. No, it's not. No, it is not. But anyway, let's go ahead and get straight to the video. As y'all can see by that title, it's going to be a story time / advice video. So basically, I'm gonna be giving y'all story time, and then I'm gonna just give y'all a little bit of advice at the end. So yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. So as y'all know, the topic is basically about not ignoring God's voice. So basically, it's very important not to ignore God's voice, especially when he show y'all something, or especially when he's telling you something. Do not ignore his voice. So basically, let's go ahead and get into the story time. So I had this friend, and we were friends since middle school, and we were friends since 6th grade, and I thought we was gonna be friends for a long time. I mean, until we got older and everything, you know, like we were already planning stuff that we was gonna do together, because this is my friend, but we had liked each other at a certain time, but then it's like we stopped liking each other, and it was just a lot. But anyway, 8th grade year came, and that's when, you know, we didn't really connect like that no more. Like, he wouldn't call me as much no more. He wouldn't text me as much. We wouldn't text each other as much. Like, it just was a lot. It was getting kind of weird, because I was like, we used to be close as ever. Like, 6th and 7th grade, I'm telling you, every time you seen this person, you seen me. We used to be like very, very close. But it's like, as soon as we got to 8th grade year, it's like he stopped talking to me. He went, you know, 20 something days not talking to me, and I ain't gonna lie, I felt some type of way, because I was like, hold on, like, we supposed to be friends. Like, you are my best friend, you are my boy best friend. We're best friends, and best friends, they don't have to talk every day, but they talk at least 3 times, 4 times out of the week or something. But it's like we just grew apart when 8th grade came and stuff like that. So when 8th grade came, we just grew apart, and we didn't talk as much, and our bond was breaking, and it was just like an on and off bond, you know what I'm saying? And so that was actually Corona year, which is 2020, even though they call it COVID-19. But yeah, that was Corona year, and it was 2020, and we had got quarantined. You know, we were doing virtual on the thing and stuff like that. You know, he still wouldn't like call me, FaceTime me, but it was a specific, you know, point in time where he would do it, but it wasn't frequently. At that time, I had liked him, you know. It was always like he liked me at the time. I didn't see him in that way, and then I would like him and he didn't see me in that way. It was so on and off. We would call each other, but not as much, and that's pretty much what it was. I just noticed how, you know, when we got back in contact with each other, you know, I gave him my phone number, you know, we started talking more. But it's like every time I will always notice things about him, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to save our friendship, because it was like sinking, you know, our bond was breaking. And me, I always got hope for, you know, friendships, and, you know, if it's drifting away, I always have hope that it's always gonna come back together. But this specific friendship, it was just like, God was just telling me, no, Ivonna, no, 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 no. And I was not listening, because I was like, I'm so hung up. I'm not even gonna lie, I was so hung up on this boy. Like, I really, really was. Like, I would think of him every single day. I would worry about, you know, hey, what is he doing? You know, like, I was so concerned about him, to the point where I was losing myself. And it's like I was kind of miserable. You know how you're like starstruck over somebody? Yeah, it was something like that. And I hated that. I hated feeling like that, because I feel like, I already know, I catch feelings very quickly. So it's like he was kind of like playing with my emotions a little bit, because I noticed that when we used to get on the phone, he would hang up the phone just to tell me he about to get on the phone with another female. And I was just like, why would you say that? And he knew that I liked him at the time. So that kind of like just kind of messed with me, and that kind of hurt my feelings, because it was like, you know that I like you, and you just gonna sit here and tell me that you ain't get on the phone with another girl. And by the way, y'all, this is before I gave my life to Jesus. So please, y'all. The more that I kept feeling like that, like every single day, I started to realize that, you know, God was showing me this person. God was showing me like, hey, this is not going to be your friend for a long time. Hey, I know y'all been friends for like 6th grade. I know y'all been friends for like 2 years plus, but this person is not going to be your friend. Like, you're not going to be tight with them forever. Like, y'all bond is going to break. Like, this person is not for you. And so I'm not gonna lie, I ignored God, and that's exactly where it got me. Ignoring God got me to like crying, asking God why, feeling miserable, feeling taken advantage of and stuff like that. But the thing is, I can't blame him, I can't blame the boy, and neither can I blame God. I can only blame myself, because God told me from the get-go, that this person was not supposed to stay in your life. You weren't supposed to stay close with this person forever. Sometimes people come in our life for temporary happiness. I just think that's what it was. Because this is my best friend we're talking about. You know, this is my best friend, and we've been close forever. Used to call each other, text each other, stuff like that. Even though we liked each other and we used to like flirt with each other sometimes, we were always best friends. You know, it never felt weird. It's like I didn't want to let him go because I'm like, I'm comfortable with him, you know? And it's like, you know how something's your comfort zone? Like, he was kind of like my comfort zone. I could be myself around him. And God was just showing me him time and time again, the red flags and everything. And I did not want to take it, because one thing about me is I'm going to see past somebody wrong, because I don't want to pick out negative things about that person. But when God is showing you somebody, please take it the first time, because if you don't, you're going to end up getting hurt. And that's exactly what I got. I got hurt. And God kept showing me the things that he was doing, but I just knocked it out the way. I was like, okay, you know, even though he treat me like this, I'm going to just keep it moving, because, you know, this is my best friend. But the more that I kept ignoring it, is the more that I kept feeling miserable, hurt, taken advantage of, all that stuff. And you don't want to feel like that, because y'all, when I felt that way, I was just feeling so like somebody was consuming me. I don't know, it just felt like I was being, I can't explain it, but it didn't feel good. It didn't feel right. It just felt like it just was a lot of jealousy and enviness and stuff like that in that relationship, and it was not healthy for me. It was one point in time where it was just one day I had texted him. I was like, hey, you know, our bond is just breaking, you know, it cannot be rekindled and stuff like that. And so I had told him, hey, you know, I enjoy being friends with you and stuff, but, you know, it's just not for us to stay friends. And I was like, I love you and stuff like that, and I still wish that God bless your life. I still pray that God bless your life and stuff like that, but we just can't be friends no more, because our bond is breaking. Keeping this relationship in my life is breaking me. And it was just like a lot that we were just doing to each other. I'm not about to sit here and put it all on him, because I was doing stuff too. And I had told him that, you know, we just don't need to be friends no more. You know, it is what it is. So, you know, after that, the next day, I was crying my eyes out. This was somebody that I loved and stuff like that. Still love him to this day. It's like, dang, you know, God was telling me from the jump, and I literally just hurt. I hurt me. Because of the simple fact, God was showing me him time and time again. I didn't take it. I didn't take the sign. I kept saying, God, wait. I could do something with him. You know, it's like I always was putting expectations on the person to be this certain type of way. I think that's where I went wrong. So I expect for him to be loyal to me, to not cut me off for somebody else. But the thing is, I was expecting too much from him, and I got my heart broken. So that was my fault. That's not God's fault, and it's not his fault. It's mine, because I put expectations on him. The thing about it is, when I was crying and stuff, because I had got the text and he was just like, okay, love you too and stuff like that, and I had broke down crying in the shower and everything. Like, it was so dramatic. Think about it now, it's so dramatic. And I had cried for a while. I cried the next day after that too, because like I would break down at random moments, because this is someone that I really cherished a friendship with, and now it's just all gone, you know, because of it's not meant to be there. And that hurt my feelings, but it's okay. But I just want to tell y'all that if God is showing you somebody, red flags about somebody, please take that into account, and listen to God the first time, because I didn't listen to him the first time. And even when I didn't listen to him the first time, he showed me time and time again. I still ignored him. And because I ignored him, I got what I got, because I didn't listen. I disobeyed God time and time again. And that's what happens when you disobey God and you don't listen to his voice. When you hear his voice, when you hear him say, hey, this person is not for you, or hey, you're not supposed to be going out with this person, or hey, no, this is not your future spouse or your future husband. When he tells you that stuff, you're supposed to take that stuff into account. But no, instead, me being disobedient at the time, I was like, no, God. And it was all because I had hope. I always had hope that our friendship would come back together. But the thing is, God was like, no, because our thoughts are not God's thoughts. God thinks different than us. So what we think is not what God thinks. But the biggest thing I want y'all to take from this video is that when God is speaking to you, listen to him. Because if you ignore his voice, you're going to get hurt. That's exactly what happens with everybody. Every time you disobey God, you get hurt in the end. Why? Because you didn't listen to his voice. You weren't being obedient. I was being disobedient at the time. Also, another thing that I want y'all to take from this is that don't force anybody to be in your life. Don't force no one to be in your life. Don't put expectations on people, especially if they know, if they told you, you, like, I'm not gonna be loyal to you or stuff like that. If they told you that, like, don't expect nothing from them. That's the thing I was expecting. And another thing was, I didn't realize that he was my idol. That was my idol. I wasn't, you know, serving God at the time yet, and he was my idol. Like, as soon as I came into Christ, I started realizing, hey, he's my idol. And your idol, like I said, it can be a person, place, thing, it don't matter. Your idol could be anything, and he was my idol. Like, I was literally looking to him for secureness, comfort, all this stuff, instead of God. You know, I was being dependent on him and his loyalty to be loyal to me. And that's what I get, because you're not supposed to have idols in your life. That's very disrespectful towards God, and it's not pleasing in his sight. So whatever you do, please do not have no one as your idol. God is supposed to be your only God, not this person, that boy, that girl. Let God be your only God. And I just realized that he was my idol. I was worrying about him too much, thinking about him too much, prioritizing him too much. I was doing too much. So yeah, we are not on bad terms. We actually still talk to this day, but we're not close friends, and I still love him to death. I haven't gone back to being close friends with him because I don't want to bring him close again, because I don't feel like that's what God wants for my life. And another thing is, even though he's not the same person, you know, that he used to be, you know, because we grow up and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, I have to protect my heart, because one thing about me is I have a big heart, and I give it away too easily. So I'm not going to easily let him back in again. He's going to have to show me that I can trust him. That's pretty much what it is. But I just wanted to tell y'all this, and I just want to give y'all advice and tell y'all, do not ignore God when he's talking to you, because if you do, you will get your heart broken. And God is going to discipline you, and he's going to show you why you don't need to disobey him. And you cannot get mad at God, and you cannot get mad at the person that broke your heart, because of the simple fact God was showing you time and time again that this person was going to do that. But you were being disobedient. And sometimes it's so hard to let our feelings die down, because sometimes your feelings can take control of you. God said, do not lean on your own understanding. When you lean on your own understanding, your emotions, all that, it'll take over you. Do not let your emotions take over you, because if you do, it's going to be your master. It's going to be your idol. You're going to be doing everything out of how you feel. You're not supposed to do that. So I just want to tell y'all that. But y'all already know my saying. Love God, love others, and baby, don't forget to love yourself. But y'all have a blessed day, and please remember to always obey God, even if your flesh wants to do otherwise. And the biggest thing for me in that whole situation was, do not lose yourself over somebody. Never. I'll never do that again. I'll never lose myself over somebody ever again. I'll never be that desperate again. I'm not trying to say that he's nothing like to stress over. Nothing's worth stressing over. That's what I'm trying to say. And nobody's worth stressing over. I'm not trying to put him down or anything like that, because no. But I'm just trying to say, like, I'm not going to lose myself for this person ever again, because it wasn't worth it. But y'all have a blessed day, and remember, listen to God the first time.